We all know Isiah Thomas is a Pistons and an NBA legend who won 2 championships as the leader of the Bad Boys squad. But after his playing career was over, Thomas served in several coaching and executive roles, one of which was as the Pacers head coach after they made it to the NBA Finals in 2000, where they lost to the Los Angeles Lakers. Unfortunately, during his tenure as their head coach, the Pacers couldn't repeat the same success and were constantly out of the playoffs after the first round, and by that time, it was evident his future with the Pacers was at risk. The great Larry Bird was the head coach of the Pacers before Thomas took over, and after taking a break, he came back and served as a president of basketball operations. Thomas recalled their encounter at his office one day and how he was trying to convince Bird to give him another chance after unsuccessful trips into the playoffs, saying he and Bird could make a great team that would finally bring success to the Pacers franchise.
After practice, I get a call from Donnie Walsh. He says, I need you to come back to Indiana. I knew Larry had just gotten named president. I was pretty excited. I don't know if you remember this, but I was pretty excited that Larry was president because I thought, recruiting-wise, player-wise, championship-wise, we would be able to really get players, talk to them, have them come there, me coaching, him already going to the finals. I just thought we really had it it was a good setup. And Donnie normally Isiah, but so I walk in, he's like, I just want you to know, I had nothing to do with this.
Really?
Right? And then he turns over to Larry.
Sound like it.
And Larry goes, Cheesy, I really like, he always called me Cheesy, right? He goes, Cheesy, I really like you. You've done a good job here. The team is going the right direction. He goes, but I think I'm going to make a coaching change. And I said, wait, Larry, before you do that, let me just say this. I think you and I will make a great team here.
Bird was a very straightforward guy, and he immediately told Thomas Rick Carlisle would take over his position as the head coach of the Pacers. Carlisle served as an assistant coach to Thomas during those years, and when Thomas asked Bird directly what was the reasoning behind his decision, Bird simply said he liked Carlisle much better than he liked Thomas.
He goes, you've done a great job. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your coaching ability or anything else. He said, I played with Rick. He's my assistant coach.
Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, Rick Carlisle. He's a good friend of mine. I'm gonna bring Rick in, but you've done nothing wrong. I say, so I'm out. He goes, yeah. I said, why? He said, well, I just like Rick better than I like you.
Obviously, Carlisle and Bird had a long history together when they were teammates with the Boston Celtics, and they remained friends after that, which wasn't the case with Thomas and Bird, who were fierce rivals in the NBA for almost a decade. Carlisle also didn't have much success with the Indiana Pacers, even though he had a good chance of actually making that extra push in the playoffs. But in 2004, Malice at the Palace happened, and the Pacers' hope and dreams of winning a championship remained just that. Thomas also said he believed he would have handled that situation much better than Carlisle and actually utilized that team much better. But as we all know, that didn't happen, and soon after, Thomas found himself in the role of president of basketball operations for the New York Knicks. Tell us in the comments, what is your favorite Larry Bird story? And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. For even more basketball content, subscribe to our other channels, Free Dawkins and Vintage Dawkins, and follow us on social media.